I've been thinking about Jesus as a scandal for at least 35 years.
The scandal of Jesus in America right now, where to start?
This brown Afro-Asiatic,
This Palestinian Jewish leader,
a baby born outside,
homeless,
a baby poor, an itinerant baby,
undocumented.
born into a suffering, struggling people. God chose to enter the world like that.
This is a new paradigm, love one another.
I think the Jesus that exists today for most American Christians is a Jesus that doesn't exist.
Why do we worship a homeless man on Sunday and ignore one or walk over one or beat one up on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday?
Can we feed the poor? Can we give health care to the sick? That's the first scandal. Many Christians are saying, nope, we don't have the money for that. Sorry.
The American Jesus is one that defends nationalism. The American Jesus is the one that exists to empower institutions while causing fear and submission.
Jesus is scandalous because at the root of his teachings, he shows us how easy it could be to live in a just world.
Next scandal. We have someone who is leading what he likes to now refer to as the Department of War. And he has a big cross tattooed on his chest. That's a scandal for someone who would call Jesus Lord, as Jesus is the Prince of Peace.
The lie that white Christian nationalists tell, Jesus was part of those who was being subdued and subjugated by the Roman legions, not part of the Roman ice there kicking in doors, throwing out people.
We're heading down a very scary path. When I think of scandal, I think of this is such a sham.
How can we, in the name of that immigrant, have such dastardly policies about immigrants?
Empathy, turning the other cheek is anti-Christian. The Beatitudes, all of that is not even mentioned in today's narrative about Christianity.
They don't want to hear, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. They don't want to hear, blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth.
The view of Jesus is of a warrior, and they use that fucking word too, I hate it, of a warrior, someone who doesn't forgive, someone who's vengeful, someone who is exclusionary.
How can we, for the one who said that we should love God, love neighbor, and love self, enact economic policies that cause thousands and millions of our neighbors to be hungry?
They don't want to hear whatsoever you have done to the least of these, you've also done unto me, because that does not fit their power narrative.
There's a long institutionalized story in Christianity of taking the radical renegade rabbi from Nazareth and turning him into a religious figure to be worshipped instead of to be followed. And I do think that today Jesus has a big fan club, but very few people that are actually willing to follow him.
How can we, in the name of the one who said, have the children come to me and do not stop them, cast children out of their parents' arms at the border and cast them into poverty?
And yet, there are so many Christians who also recognize this moment where we stand with the scandalous Jesus.
That Jesus of the down and out, that Jesus from below, that Jesus that lifts from the bottom so everybody can rise. That Jesus is very present in this moment, but I don't think we're actually hearing about him.
And we show up as Christians, protesting ICE, demanding food for the hungry, demanding peace for our communities. And we are standing up to those Christians who would use Jesus' name for all the things that Jesus stood against.
Jesus never did say that anyone was outside the embrace of the love of God. And that is really radical thinking. I'm all for it.
I am scandalized and willing to be scandalous in today's America.
Jesus is a scandal, come to scandalize the church that in his name scandalizes God's love. Period.